Good morning, everybody. It's July the 2nd, and I've got my camper back now. So today I'm going to get all the wiring done, which is the pump and the back as well. The fridge doesn't seem to work in the back, but the fridge does work. So I've managed to fix the fridge, and it works in the cigarette lighter in the front, but doesn't seem to work in the cigarette lighter in the back that I fitted. So maybe I need to put a fuse, like an inline fuse in, to make that work. So that's all done. Had it fully serviced, new rear light, new clutch and flywheel, a pre-MOT, brake lines and the brake pads, the brake discs tested. They thought I need new ones, but I don't. And also had a drive shaft fitted. So all of that work's been done now. And today is going to be, as I said, hold on, I'll just show you. Today is going to be all about getting the underneath the sink done. I've got a new gadget that Thomas told me to buy that holds the camera a lot steadier. So there's the gas, it's all plumbed in and it all works. I tested that as soon as it came back, once I plumbed the gas in. I've got my wastewater pipe all plumbed into the sink, and my freshwater tank there will be plumbed in using that pump, and that pipe will come up to the tap. Now I've got a brand new tap because the other one didn't work, and if you can hear, I don't know if you can hear this, but there's a click, which is a switch inside the tap. Now there's two positives on a switch, so there's no negatives, and when I tried wiring it last time, I was trying to wire it with positive to negative, which was wrong, because I've just found out from a guy that I was working with yesterday that there are no negatives on a tap. So that'll be wired in today. So catch up. I've sorted pretty much everything out in the house now. Cancelled everything, cancelled the internet, cancelled TV license, started cancelling all of my kind of Netflix and all those sorts of things. I've got two jobs lined up in France. One is at a chateau. There's a couple of guys, English guys, one's English, one's American. They bought a chateau in France in the Loire Valley, and they're doing it up, and they're going to turn some of the outbuildings into gîtes, and they need people to go and help fix all that up. So that's the first job, and that's for August, pretty much all of August. And then I've got another one in September on a goat farm, making goat's cheese and milk and looking after animals, helping fix fencing and all that sort of thing, all the stuff I've done before. So that'll be really exciting. Never made goat's cheese, love goat's cheese, so hopefully I'll bring something back in the future of how to make goat's cheese. So got that lined up. And then possibly in Italy, there's another place where there's a woman who owns loads of villas, and she rents them out summer and winter, and she needs people to kind of maintain, upkeep, even cleaning and changing beds, etc. And she normally has sort of 7 or 8 workawayers, which is the website that I joined to find jobs. She normally has 7 or 8 of those people during the course of the time that she rents these out. And again, all these 3 jobs are food's included, accommodations included, and they will pay a small salary based on if you do more than 20 hours a week. So that shouldn't be an issue, doing more than 20 hours a week. After that, I haven't decided whether to go to Malta this side of the winter or not. But if I do, I'll go in September, end of September, to finish the trip down to Malta, because the place in Italy is kind of Lake Garda, which is quite high up in Italy. So I'd have a fair old drive. And I can get a ferry from Naples straight to Malta. So I could do that, stay there for a month or so, then come back and then drive back up. I've applied for about 6 or 7 jobs now in the Alps. I haven't heard back from all of them. I've had 2 telephone interviews, but one of them I needed to speak French completely, and the other one needed to be a professional skier. So neither of those really suit me. So I've applied for a couple of others. One's a driver maintenance job. One's a airport transfer driver for a ski company. So I would be doing that on changeover days, and then in the week I'd be helping out, clearing snow, fixing chalets, maintenance jobs. Another one's a chalet cook for the company that I worked for last time. I've applied there, haven't heard back on that one yet. And there was one other for a resort supervisor for a family ski company, and they basically only take in families, and then they have creche facilities to look after the children while the parents go skiing. So I've applied for that one as well. So all set up really. I managed to sell some of the stuff from the house, so I've put some money in the bank. I've paid for everything on the van now, apart from the welding. I just need to pay for the welding. The house is all paid up until the end of this month, and then the woman that's coming in taking over will pay August onwards. All sorted. She's happy. The agency are happy that that's all going ahead, so I have no worries there, which is really nice. So going back to me personally, I was going through a bit of a divorce with my ex, Leanne, and we split up over 2 years ago in August 18, and we were married for 3 years, together for 5, split up in August 18. And all of my savings that I had in the bank, I put into the house and the farm, and tried to support her. And I was going to court, hope to get that money back. But I had the court case the other day, all done over the phone, and didn't get anything. Basically, all the information that she put in her submission was false. She was talking about having a brain injury, couldn't work, struggled to do anything in the day, lots and lots of stuff, which just, it hurt me a bit, because there was no need to be like that, because I did put a lot of time and effort and money into her property, and I wasn't asking for anything from the property apart from some money back. So in the future I would have been able to come back and have somewhere to live. So I didn't get anything at all. So that's all gone, which really is a shame. But I guess that's the way things are. I need to put it behind me and forget it and start again. This is what this is all about, me starting again at 52. So that's all done. So that's behind me now. I've got a little bit left to pay off my credit card, which I want to get cleared before I go, so that will leave me an emergency if anything goes wrong. I've taken my truck. I had an Isuzu pickup truck that I bought when I was together with Carol, because we were going to use it for our marquee business. And then when we split, I was left with it because it was in my name. So I've taken that into the dealership. They have said to me that they think they can sell it for me. I've asked them if they could pay off the finance and then just give me any profit once they sell it at a later date. And they're hopefully going to do that. I'll find out before the weekend, because my next payment is in a couple of days' time. And I really didn't want to keep paying for something I no longer have use of. Hopefully, fingers crossed, they're going to pick that up. State of mind is getting better, really clearing up. Had some really good sleeps the last couple of days. I think it's the court case, getting the court case out of the way. So that's really good. So I think I'm going to be setting off on a positive note. On Saturday, a friend of mine's coming over, Graham, and we're going to go for a drink, and the pub's reopened, so we're going to go and sit in a pub garden, and hopefully he'll be able to be strong enough to help me lift the roof rack and box onto the roof of this. Then I can put all of my cases, tools and everything in the roof box, which is why I bought the roof box. When I go travelling and talking and meeting these people and working for them, I'll have tools to take with me. So that's a job I need to do. Fingers crossed on Saturday he'll be strong enough to do that, because it's quite heavy. Thomas was coming over. He hasn't said he is yet, because he might have to work. There's something going on at work, an outdoor cinema or something, I think he said. So he might not be able to do that. But today, finish off all of the wiring in here, put a shelf in. Then I'm going to go in the house and bring all of my stuff out to the van and see what fits. So put all my kitchen equipment in, put all of my bedding in, all of the all of the stuff that I'm going to need in the van, I'm going to bring into the van. I've got a couple of loungy chairs that kind of for sunbathing. I'm going to bring those with me. I've got these two things. Thomas bought me one for Christmas and Tony bought me one for my birthday, and I just found both of them and I've put them in a tube, and basically you scratch off the countries that you visit. So I'm going to bring both of them with me, and I'm going to try and get a piece of wood and maybe hang them on the back window there. You can't see it because the hatch is up, but there's a back window. It's quite large and I think they might fit. I don't know. Otherwise I'll keep them rolled up and then unroll them as I need and scratch off each place, which was actually quite nice. I've decided that after the ski season I want to do a bit of Eastern Europe as well. So this vlog is not only going to be about me, my life, my state of mind, starting my life again, the people I meet. It's also going to be a bit about the countries, and hopefully a travel company will subscribe and people can see the countries I'm visiting. I'm going to meet people. I'm going to do all the things that you wouldn't do on a normal holiday. I'm going to go to places that you wouldn't normally go to, because my kids know this, but I'm one for eating the food, you know, at the most rustic places. It's the best thing you can do when you go to other countries. Don't eat in the tourist places. Go somewhere else, beaten track, find a restaurant. We found when we went to Cyprus last time, we found this beautiful restaurant in the middle of nowhere up this big hill overlooking the sea, and it just, locals mentioned where it was. We couldn't find it for ages and ages. We eventually found it, and it was the most amazing place, and their menu was literally meat. And they said to us, today we have pork and chicken, and that was it. That was the menu. You couldn't get any other choice. So they brought out some pita breads to the table and some dips and hummus and that, as they do in Cyprus. And then we were presented with massive chunks that were just cooked on a barbecue, of big chunks of pork on skewers, big chunks of chicken, and a huge plates of kind of barbecue roasted potatoes that were covered in garlic and everything else. It was delicious, absolutely delicious. And you would not find that if you looked on the internet to try and find that place, you couldn't find it. It was one of those things you had to be there and you had to talk to a local, and it was full of Cypriot people, which was amazing. And there's another fish restaurant that I really like in Cyprus, which is another one. It's out on a limb. I took Thomas there for his 18th birthday, and again, it was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. It was 18th birthday? No, 20th. Sorry, 20th. Yes, 21st. Yes, it was 21st, wasn't it? Because when Adam got married. So yes, we took him there for his 21st birthday, and again, that was one of those you need to know it's there type places. So I'm going to go do that type of thing. I'm going to go out in the beaten track. I'm going to go to all the weird and wonderful places. I'm hoping to travel from after the Alps, to travel out of France through Switzerland, and then go down through Croatia, Montenegro, and all those countries to Greece. And I've got a friend who lives on an island in one of the Greek islands, and he said I could go and see him and stay there for a little while. He's got a villa, and there's a ferry that goes from the mainland to his island, a car ferry, so I can go across in the vehicle and stay there for a little while. Again, doing the same thing, you know, going to local places and doing a bit of a travel vlog as well as my own vlog. So hopefully things will pick up from that. I've had a few thoughts about when I come back, about what I want to do. I don't know where I'm going to live. That hasn't really come into my head properly yet. I've got a few ideas. Would love, it's not horrible to say, it's still in my mind. I still massively care about Carol. So to come back here, I don't know if we were to try again, it would be nice, but if we weren't, then it would be painful. So I don't know whether I'll come back to St Ives. But this vlog is all about honesty, truth, bluntness. So apologies to people if it annoys them or upsets them, but this is what this is all about. It's something that I've lacked in the past. I've never been bluntly honest about myself and bluntly honest about all the things that I've done. So this is what this is really about. Yeah, so I haven't thought what I'm going to do when I come back. I've kind of considered a job that I might want to do. I don't know if I want to carry on with the consulting. Might be worth it. It's pretty good money. But then I've got to find the right companies to get in and do the consulting with. And I've also considered a friend of mine called Ian, who will probably follow me. So thanks, Ian, for your chats. They've been absolutely amazing. And thank you, Graham, for all your conversations with me. Thanks to my children, all the people that have kind of phoned me, Colette and Richard, just chatting and making me feel better. Thanks also to Carol's son George, who and his girlfriend Bella, and their lovely baby Violet, who really have just stayed on my side, which has been really nice. He's a very open-minded, single-minded guy, and I think he kind of knows that